Good morning, Kent Church. I believe that God places us in people's lives for a reason. I am an ICU nurse at Harborview, and I would like to share this special case with you guys. A month ago, I had an 18-year-old patient with a gunshot wound to the head. A very, very tragic accident. His name is Skyler. God was not done with Skyler. Although Skyler is now a quadriplegic, meaning he has no feeling from the neck down, he cannot move his hands or feet. But God gave Skyler life because he has a special plan for Skyler. Which brings me back to believing that God places us in people's lives for a reason. After taking care of Skyler for 3 days, it finally hit me on the drive home. I cried the whole way home asking God, why did this happen? He's only 18 years old. He has his whole life ahead of him. But then I remembered that it could have been worse. And then I began to thank God for keeping Skyler alive. I prayed and asked God how I could help Skyler. How can I put a smile on his face through this dark time? The next day when I went into work, I asked Skyler if he would like me to braid his hair, and his parents looked at me and said yes. He has been wanting braids like his friends for a long time, which is why he's growing out his hair. At this time, Skyler could only communicate with his eyes. After I washed and braided his hair, he was so happy, and I was able to put a smile on his face. I thought to myself, thank you, God, for Skyler. Thank you for using me to help in this way. Skyler was transferred to the rehabilitation floor out of the ICU the following day. A month later, Skyler's parents comes down to the ICU and finds me and said that Skyler's wondering if I could braid his hair again. I went to see Skyler to braid his hair and he was able to talk now. I was so happy to hear his voice. The plan is to discharge Skyler home soon with a home health nurse. Skyler's family doesn't have a lot of money. They have been by his side since he has been in the hospital. As you can imagine, this is a costly process to try to get Skyler back home, which is why I wanted to share this with you guys. I am asking our community for help. Unlike us, Skyler's family doesn't have a church community where they can ask for prayers and help, but we are fortunate to be blessed in this community. There is a GoFundMe account made for Skyler to help with expenses. If you guys are able to give anything, that would help that family a lot. Please pray for Skyler and comfort for his family. Thank you, Kent Church.